Starting this summer, it could get harder to pay for college, especially for grad students who've relied on federal loans to cover the full cost.
The government is pulling back on how much it will lend out, and that could push more people towards private loans.
Our chief business correspondent Taylor Young joining us this morning to break this down. Taylor, this sounds like this change could lead to fewer options for people.
Yes, I mean, this is one of those changes that sounds really technical, but there are real impacts here. So starting July 1st, the government is capping how much people can borrow to pay off their education. And for graduate students, that could mean this option really going away entirely, because think about it, they're the ones that are paying more for school because they're in school longer, right? So what this means is that for some families and even undergraduates who go to more expensive schools, they could be scrambling to come up with a difference in order to attend.
Okay, so who is this most likely to affect? People with certain degrees, a certain kind of borrower, or what?
Yeah, this really centers around graduate students, specifically those in higher cost programs like medicine, law, business. And a lot of these programs already exceed this new cap already. But in fact, some estimates show about a third of all professional programs would exceed these caps. So that's a lot of students that we're talking about. So for many students, again, they will have to kind of find another way to cover that gap, and that answer for many could be private loans, which is risky as well.
Okay, so talk about those risks and how many people may not actually qualify.
Yeah, I think the tricky part about the private loans is the fact that, number one, they're higher interest rates for them, right? But also there's fewer protections. So, you have the federal student loans that you can make income-based payments, right? And also another thing to think about for these private loans is the qualifications, right? Federal loans do not look at credit scores or your income, because you're a student, right? You don't necessarily have longevity in the job market to kind of have an income to prove, or a credit score, but unlike federal student loans, these private student loans do take that into effect. So it's estimated that 40% of students may not even qualify for private loans at all.
Wow. So are you seeing this kind of as a sign that the shift, the burden of the cost is now going more onto the borrower?
Yeah, I think for a long time, the federal government has kind of been seen as a safety net for students, especially on the graduate level. But yeah, I think with these limits tightening, a lot of that burden and responsibility is falling onto the students, the borrowers themselves. And I think the bigger question is, debt, right? Are we going to be able to even get ourselves in the debt? But I think it also comes down to access. Is this going to make people not be able to go to college? Like, it's not even an option to get a higher degree other than a bachelor's degree. And as we know, the trends show that more people are getting their master's or higher education because the job market is so tough. And college only is getting more expensive. So I think that this could have a real impact on people on whether they go to college or get a higher education. Yeah.
All right, Taylor, thank you very much for that. We'll certainly be watching where this goes. Thank you.
Queen City News Plus. Just search Queen City News on your smart TV's app store.